Did Scout Motors just axe its EV truck? Are we seeing Scout Motors join the ranks of Ford and other OEMs in this pivot? Is the company changing its tune to suit the shift in political winds in America? Or have reservation holders sent a very clear message that Scout Motors is responding to, that the EV truck variant of the Terra is not what they want? According to Ryan Decker, VP of Strategy and Brand and CEO Scott Terra, Scout Motors might be moving in the same direction as Ford by ditching its EV truck variant in favor of an EREV, at least for the time being. But there is one massive danger for the company if Scout Motors goes that route, one that reservation holders seem to be overlooking, a fact that Scout Motors has been less than forthcoming about revealing that could cripple those EREV sales. Let's wrap our battery packs in a little bit of armor plating, as this one might get a little rough and get totally trucked up. In a series of recent interviews and speaking engagements, we got a taste of what's to come as Scout Motors approaches completing its assembly plant in South Carolina. The first thing to recognize is what reservation holders are wanting. Out of the now confirmed 150,000 reservations for both the Terra truck and the Traveler SUV, 85% of those are for the generator-equipped Harvester EREV version versus the pure EV variant. Even the Scout executives were surprised by these numbers. Terra had thought the final tally would be more like 60-40 split, so this has really impacted planning and rollout for 2027. It is also important to note that, although not an afterthought, Scout Motors didn't even start the discussion of adding an EREV variant until 2023, already long into the design and planning stage. It now looks like that might be the pathway to success and actually gets this company off the ground. What changed? For a lot of Americans, whether it's real or simply perceived, range anxiety is a thing. How many people actually go beyond the range of the current EV trucks on the road now on a regular basis when they drive their current internal combustion pickups? Not many. But that's irrelevant. What most truck buyers expect or want isn't always the same as what they actually use. 80% of truck owners have never plugged in the trailer pin harnesses. But if they ever want to tow, they want to know that their truck can do it. A lot of people roast the pickup truck community for buying these big trucks when they don't need any of its features. But the same stats readily apply across almost every other vehicle segment. Take SUVs, for example. Most SUVs have a minimum of 5 seats in them, often 7. But well over 90% of them rarely have more than one passenger, day in, day out. The same SUVs often have all-wheel drive, but almost all of them never leave the pavement or are driven in adverse road conditions regularly, where that would be even required. The reality is that for most reservation holders, they want the gas generator. So at least for the ramp up and until those reservations have been converted, Scout Motors will only produce the EREV variants. Terra still indicated that they intend to build the EV variant at some point. So unlike a lot of brands, Scout Motors, it seems, really read the room well, or did it. The devil is always in the details. For the first time, via his Autoline After Hours interview, Ryan Decker, VP of Strategy and Brand at Scout Motors, finally confirmed what I had expected all along, that the engine acting as the generator will be a small 4-cylinder motor, unlike Ram's 3.6-liter V6 Pentastar thing and whatever Ford has up its sleeve. Terra at the Up Summit 2025 confirmed that the battery-only range of the EREV will be only 150 miles, comparable to the Ram, compared to 350 in the pure EV version, and a total estimated range from a combined full tank of gas and a fully charged battery of 500 miles. And that's where the smoke and mirrors start to come into play. Scout Motors doesn't want to talk too much about the compromises of the simple physics that such a choice all but guarantees. Remember when I said that North Americans want all the truck creds even if they don't use them all the time? Well, Scout Motors knows that too, and it doesn't really want those same buyers to give a really deep thought or closer look at the fact that their towing capacity moving to the EREV variant will be cut by half. There's a reason Ram went with a bigger motor, and its package compromise was giving up the frunk. Scout Motors wants to keep all the benefits of the EV, and for production synergies, needed to keep the packaging almost identical between the EREV and the pure EV for assembly line efficiency and cost savings. That meant being able to squeeze an engine, related components, exhaust, etc., along with a gas tank into a space equivalent to the battery packs being removed from the pure EV variant to accommodate it. This is also important from a weight balancing perspective because you don't want to screw with the performance characteristics by throwing weird loading around. So the compromise is this: such a small engine can in no way match the 130 kilowatt running output of Ram's Pentastar, more like half or 2/3 of that number. And that means it's not able to keep up with the electrical draw of two motors fast enough when towing a larger load. Now, Ram also offset this by adding a whole bunch of redundant batteries that you don't get to use. That's why the range is still the same, even though the battery pack is larger, because it keeps kind of a backup for those high load applications. So the solution for Scout Motors is to lower the load. So the question will be, will those 85% of the reservation holders still convert to an EREV when the specs are finally public? I'm almost certain Scout Motors isn't going to go out and advertise this little inconvenient nugget of information, and will quietly let it be glued into the specifications list in the build and price when that goes live. I think this is one dangerous unknown variable. And Scout Motors is obviously more than aware of it, since it's been dancing around towing and is keeping all its options open, including the EV, to see how this plays out. Either way, we reservation holders for the Scout Terra Pure EV truck will have to wait a little longer, likely a year or more longer, to find out if that variant will ever make it to market. If you like this content and would like to support my little channel, the best way to do it is to consider joining as a YouTube or Patreon member, where you'll receive advanced viewings of all my videos, monthly member-only exclusive videos, and participate in future polls, live chats, and brainstorming. But I totally get budgets, trust me. So by simply clicking the like, subscribe, and bell notification icons below, you really make a huge difference to the success of this channel. As always, thank you so much for watching.